What is going on, fight fans? So today I'm going to literally debunk this notion that the previous versions of Undisputed had better punches, looked better, felt better. Felt better is going to be hard, right? Because you're going to have to kind of look at this and make that determination for yourself. But I have a few theories as to why people think that the previous versions felt better. One, they just forgot. Like, they forgot what they were experiencing because now it's something new. They don't necessarily, some people don't necessarily like the things that they're feeling. A lot of it is tied to losing. I don't care what y'all say. And this is why I theorize that losing is a trigger for why people see things negatively. Beta 1, this right here that you see up on the screen is Beta 1. This is, I think his name is Mr. Humble Dink Gaming, right? This guy's name is Mr. Humble Dink Gaming. And we fought during Beta 1. And luckily for me, I couldn't record anything because I was working with Undisputed. I was their content manager. I had played the game for a year before anybody even got to touch the beta, right? Like I played the game for around 1 year. Then the first beta came out. So Beta 1, I didn't lose any fights at all. Because you could only win on points. If you recall, Beta 1, it was really hard to get knockdowns. It was really hard to get knockouts. It was almost impossible to get knockouts and damage. It was just basically who could win on points in Beta 1. Beta 2, you could get a flash knockout and all that stuff. So I have lost in Beta 2. Even if I was beating a person, people would flash KO me or whatever. What I wanted to say in reference to why I think people liked it is because they didn't have enough time to feel any type of skill separation. They didn't have enough time to feel any type of skill separation. That's why Beta 1 and Beta 2 is remembered very, very fondly, because you only had 3 days with it. Nobody was able to lab enough to do something that was oppressive. This is the way people were able to do during early access, for example. That's why if you go down the tiers, it's like early access is better than live because it's in the past. Then it's like the Beta 2 was better than early access. That's the perfect one. Or you'll hear people say, no, Beta 1 was the creme de la creme. That was perfect beyond belief, right? One, they happened in a very short burst, 3 days max for each of those betas. And then we went into early access like months later, right? So you guys remember it with rose-colored glasses because you didn't get enough time to lose. And that is the truth. You did not get enough time to lose. Were there problems in Beta 1? 1,000%. Were there problems in Beta 2? 1,000%. Were there problems in early access? 1,000%. Are there problems in the live version? 1,000%. But the game is way better now than it ever was before. And also, I don't want to hear anything about the March trailer or the February trailer of 2021, March trailer of 2021, and February trailer of 2022. I don't want to hear anything about that because nobody played that. Nobody played that, right? What I played when I went to the creator event is way worse than anything that exists right now. And if you look at my review for that creator event, I said that the game was not ready. As a matter of fact, this right here is literally what I played. How this looks is what I played. It's a lot of tap city type stuff, right? A lot of tapping, you know. Yeah, they look like action figures, but I'm not even caring about that stuff, right? You could barely string fast combinations together. And that's another thing. A lot of people would be like, oh my God, you be doing the step back straight spamming, right? At the time, I was the one that was doing it. How did I know that that would be a meta? It's impossible. There's no way. A meta only gets materialized through community, user created content, right? Or user generated content. Like it has to be like almost collective before we could even find what the most optimal thing to do is. There's no way that I can do a thing by myself. I figured it out by myself, and now I know the whole meta. It's impossible. But a lot of y'all don't even think, like, y'all don't really be thinking. Y'all just really do all of these conspiracy theory stuff. So y'all don't really take a grasp it or root yourselves in reality, right? So this is the gameplay that we played. This is exactly what we played when we went to the creator event. This is what it looked like at the creator event, all right? This is what it looked like. It had a lot of problems. Some of it was more technical than anything else, but there were still issues. And I said that the game wasn't ready, right? So now if we go over here, this was beta 1. I will say that beta 1 had the angling system where you could angle, and it was phenomenal, right? Because you could really get on an angle. If somebody was weaving, they're stuck. And then you could just pop, 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 until they stop weaving. They're kind of sliding back slowly. So it looked janky. It had a lot of jank to it, but it was an angle, right? Like you could angle, and I was never able to angle like that in so long, or other than in like the Boxers Row series, the Victorious Boxers games, right? Those are the only ones where I could do like super heavy angles. So now we look at this, and the reason that I'm doing a lot of step backs and is because standing still netted you a very slow combo. So I had to mix all my punches with step back stuff, right? You see how slow all these combos are? You see how tappy everything looks? It's all taps. It's all taps. Look, taps. The stances. Oh, this is a great fight. The stances are like, their idle stance is really like generic. Like there was nothing that popped out from this game, in my opinion, right? Now, I knew what they were doing. I knew what were they working towards. I knew all of this stuff, and I understood the process, right? That's something that y'all didn't really have a feel for. I understood the process because I was on the inside. So I understood the process. It was working on making the game better every single time, and I seen the roadmap. I seen everything they were working towards, right? So I get what was going on in that sense, but because you guys only had a taste of this, you guys ate this all up like this was amazing. And at the time, it was really good, but the game got better. In my opinion, the game got better. In this, and this is Mr. Humble Dick Gaming. In this one, this is JMMA, me against JMMA, right? Luckily, there are recordings of me playing the game because other people recorded me playing the game against them. So I can look at me playing the game through them or whatever, through their channel. So this is through JMMA.
This might be his round.
So this is beta 2. So we're going down memory lane exactly how we should. This is beta 2.
I'm tired right now.
All right, this is beta 2.
You about to start trying to box.
Graphically, it pales in comparison to what it is right now, right? So look how slow the punches are coming out. I have to mix in directional punches because that can't, at the time, that was the way you could throw fast punches because it would cancel out punches and allow me to throw quick 1-2s as opposed to going right? So that's why I would use the step back straight more than anything, is to have a quick 1-2, right? But people figured out that back step straights were like super OP because you could use it to get out of the way. You could like triple throw them or quadruple throw them or whatever you want to do.
10 seconds ago.
Hold on 1 second, right? So people abuse the back step straight, and then even using it even once in a fight became like taboo, right? But this was before that was even understood, right? So people look back at this stuff and they're like, oh man, he was spamming it. Look at it. Like, there's no way to know that that was so optimal at the time. But understanding that because all of the stationary punches couldn't link the way they link now, it made it almost impossible for me not to use directional punches mixed in, right? And obviously, I'm a back foot fighter, so the safest directional punches will be the directional punches that move us back. Now, you can see the footwork. I think the footwork was much better back then. I do think in the case of you could actually come in on a radius, right? So you could be here, 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 as opposed to just always being kind of like this, which is kind of the way the game is now. So I do think that the radius of where you can move was better,
both caught each
but
other
the
at the
punches, as you see right here, were tappy. It was like tap, 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 tap. And I have a video that I'm gonna show you that really explicitly shows how dry the punches were back then. So a lot of y'all, nah, it was better in beta 1, it was better in beta 2. It was not. It was really tappy, right? So then,
It's doing its thing.
and then remember, you guys only experienced this game for a few days. So even when Undisputed dropped in October, look at the comments, put the oldest comments, look at it, and everybody's like, yo, this joint is crazy, this joint is crazy. Look how amazing it is. For like a good 2 weeks until the power spam, the power punch spam, and the quick glitch and all this stuff, you have way more time to rest inside of playing Undisputed and seeing somebody, the skill gap increase, so people are being oppressive in terms of their gameplay style to other players who are not picking up the how to play as quickly. So that feeling of losing is seeping in, and it's creating frustration. Then you see the problems. You get to see the problems more. I'm sure we had this beta for like 3 months. People would start saying, "Oh, there's problems here, there's problems there, and people would start finding more things in it to make it more of an unfun thing for someone else. But we didn't have it for that long. We didn't have it for that long. So yeah, power punch spam, quick glitch, all this stuff started rearing its ugly head for the full game. But the first week, everybody was hyped. First week, everybody was hyped. And why was people hyped? Because they seen new trailers that were showing that the game and the punches and everything was going to improve. So that's how I know it's cap when y'all say that the punches and everything was better before. It's cap. So it's easy to find in the comments people saying that this is amazing because it only lasted for such a short time. But that don't mean that it actually was better. Just because people were saying it, it's because they didn't get to experience this for too long, right? And we can look at it a little bit long. I mean, look, man, it was just taps, little taps, everything. Nothing looked like it hurt OD or, you know what I'm saying? And I had to do directional punches mixed in with my stationary punches to even make punch flow look good. Now, let's look at Liver Shot, right? This is Liver Shot 1 year ago. So I would say this is early access right before we go into full release, because this is the fairest way to look at it. What was the game looking like right before release? And this is what the game looked like right before release. Tappy, tap, tap.
Sometimes when you're fighting counter fighters,
Tap, another tap. Just little taps. Everything's a tap. Nothing feels devastating. You see how he had to go pop, 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 and he added his back step straight. You know why? Because punch flow was not good. It was not good in comparison to what it is now. It wasn't. All right. We can look at it. We can look at it. Look how slow that was. Look how slow that was.
He misses with that jab.
Look how stiff the step in straight is. I mean, the step in jab is. Right? Look, tap, tap, tap. It's like little taps. Everything's little taps. I wish I could see somebody do the step in straight so you could see how abysmal that was. And you see how he did a quick jab to the body, stepping back, because he canceled with the directional punches. See that? Jab in, jab out. Look how slow he threw that combo. He had full stamina. Right? But we gonna pretend that the past game was better. It's okay to say that the new game, guys, it's okay to say that the new game is not where you want it to be. What I think is silly is when y'all pretend that the game hasn't gotten better. And I guess that it feels better to pretend that it hasn't gotten better, because then it fits your narrative. Like, oh, you see, they're just making it worse and worse and worse. But the reality is, it's been getting better over time. It's been getting better over time. Okay, now let's look at something even more definitive. The actual punch changes. Like the actual punch changes trailer that we put up back when I was in Undisputed.
On the road to the launch of Undisputed.
Look at the linking of the punches. Look at the devastation of the punches. Look, that step in straight. Look at that step in straight. Boom, you're reaching now. Look at that combination flow without having to do any directional punches. It made it so directional punches, even for me, I didn't even care about it. And we nerfed the back step straight anyways. But it didn't matter to me because the thing I wanted to do, which was quick combinations, I could do it with stationary punches. I didn't need to insert directional punches. But at the time, I couldn't talk about that stuff because I was working at Undisputed. So people would just create their own narratives. Oh, he's just using the back step straight to spam and all this stuff. When y'all swear y'all know things, but y'all really don't really know things. Like it was a weird feeling that I couldn't say anything because I'm a person that, you know, I'm vocal, right? Especially with my YouTube channel and if people trying to say things about me or whatever. But in a situation like this, I couldn't because I'm a professional person at the same time. And I'm going to be professional. I'm not just going to jump in and start saying stuff, right? But y'all was wrong. Y'all was wrong and based on a lot of different things and a lot of different perceptions y'all had.
And we snuck in a
but look at the punch flow. Look at that. Bop, 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So now, look. This is the new. Look at the jab.
So those ones.
Look at the jabs. Look. Just so y'all see it. Look how much he reaches now with the straight. How much torque he has with the straight. Look at that.
Ones and twos will come out cleaner than ever.
Right?
You'll see more.
Look how it used to be. Look how it used to be. Look how it used to be. What? Barely. And it was like a tap. It felt like a tap. It felt like a tap. Look.
Straight right hand, and the jab is now thrown with bad intentions.
Tap. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at the jab. You can see the jab, how it comes out. Let me see. Look how much he's reaching and going like this, right? Look how much he's like this. And then look at the old one. How it's almost like he pawed you and then came back. So for y'all to say that the punches haven't gotten better is crazy to me. It's crazy to me, right? Let's continue.
We've also updated the body straight so that fighters properly...
Body straight. Now he drops down. He drops down and throws it. So one, it becomes evasive. Two, it looks more appropriate.
Bend their knees.
And
this looks a bit more natural.
Look at that.
And can also
Boom.
help you get underneath certain punches.
See that?
If your timing is on point.
Let's look at how it used to be. It used to be super ridiculous in comparison. He just used to stay straight up and throw it down like this. Look at that. Look, leaving yourself wide open was such a silly punch.
Can be thrown from too great a range.
The range of uppercuts to the body would
ensure their maximum.
Although people can still do it from a range that seems inappropriate, the range is way more. Is close. Is you have to be closer now. Granted, it's still not like where it should be, right? But it is. Look how you saw it. Like you saw how far the man was. Look like the distance of that, and how much he's able to hit him. Look at this. Look at this. You got almost two people in between them in distance, and the man is landing that, right?
And we agree.
And then we put it in a closer distance, almost like a 1.5 and and he can't land.
Their maximum range is more appropriate. Those body uppercuts are going to have to be earned.
Look at that. Look at that.
Out. No more throwing that uppercut as a lazy lead punch. Set it up to get inside and use uppercuts effectively.
And look at that punch flow.
Punches are another area
the punch flow was so clean.
So we've updated the step in straight and step in body jab to give you more options to get inside.
Step in body jab, right? Opponent. People hate this punch now. I get it because it's an OP tactic. It does a lot of things. The reason I even use it, I use it less now because y'all hate it. So I could play however I want. That's the truth. I could play however I want. So since y'all don't like it, I don't use it, right? But the reason I use it is because right now in the game, and something that I talked about with Undisputed, is that it doesn't really have a good way of entering and protecting yourself or creating head movement. I don't like the diagonal dodge and how it works, right? I would prefer something much more minuscule where it's not so committal, where I could just roll and walk in, and just like that, right? like using the motion controller, like in Fight Night Champion, using the motion input, right? But what the step in jab does is it lets me step in while moving my head off of the center line, right? By changing levels for my head. So although I'm not moving it to the side, I'm at least moving it down while I'm coming in. So it creates a way of entry while being defensively responsible. So that's why I like the jab. But by the way, when y'all seen this, y'all was hyped, right? But it's only when people grabbed it and started using it to be oppressive against other players, all of a sudden now it's a super trash punch or whatever. But y'all was all about it when y'all seen it, especially in comparison to how it was
These new
before.
punches are less floaty
and that's a step in straight
tight than what you've seen throughout early.
Look at that. Look how clean it is, because now it's quick and he reaches. And the old one, look how slow it was, how loaded up it was. And then look how silly it was. Like, he's hitting you at the body, but he's like not changing levels or anything. Like, no boxer would just go, like, it would be so dumb. A boxer would literally try to change levels if he's going to hit you to the body. So be smart. Like, do something to take your head off the line.
We're excited to be able to add these improved punches to Undisputed. But they've also got to fit together well. So combination flow.
And then combination flow was improved.
We've made sure these punches can be thrown together rapidly and realistically.
Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this.
Classic
1, 2, 3.
Change levels to keep.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that movement. Look at that speed on the attack. Look.
These updates and more will be available on day
Come
one
on now.
on Undisputed launch.
Come on. And y'all gonna tell me that this is better? Like, let's be honest, guys. I get it. Y'all don't like what the current product is. That's fine. That's okay. I still think the current product needs a lot of fixes. Desync primarily number one, right? And then I have like wish list of things that I would like to have, but I understand that they probably are prioritizing desync, which they should be, right? But when you look at this,
He's talking about Fanatico. Nah, don't. It's true.
when you look at this
Nah, it is, man.
and all these tappy stuff, and then try to pretend like that and this tappy, and people even say the hooks to the body was good. They weren't. They used to throw them like this. That was the hooks to the body. Is the hooks to the body right now good hooks to the body? Nah, they probably could have used the one that Roy Jones has, which is like the whoop, whoop, right? As opposed to the ones that they put, but the ones here were worse because they were just like little taps and they're throwing it like this. They're not even throwing it like this to the body. They're throwing it like this. They're like ducking down a little bit and throwing it like that. Nah, it was trash. I'm telling you, it was trash. So y'all gonna say all of this. Look at this. Look at this. If I'm doing directional left, directional right. I'm doing step backs just to get the speed up, just to get the speed of my punches up. And at the time, it was a little like no one knew how to do that. So I knew I was going to be undefeated in the first beta, right? Second beta, people could knock me out. So I knew that was a possibility. But then when we look at what the game is now, it's like, give me a break. Look at the jab. Look how sharp the jab is. Nope. I'm too. Look how sharp the jab is. Look at this. Look at that. And this is cruiserweight. We just saw welterweights, and this is cruiserweight, and they still got decent speed. Look. Punches feel ferocious now, right? Punches feel like they reach out as opposed to what it is, what it was in early access, what it was in beta 1, what it was in beta 2. Now, does it mean that the game is perfect? No. This is the thing that you guys can't, like, it's like if you team the game is trash, you also have to be team beta 1 was the best. You also have to be team early access is better than current version. You also have to be, because these are our talking points so that we can be part of this coalition of saying that the game is trash. I could say that the game got problems. I could also say that it's the best boxing game we've ever seen, right? That you guys have rose-tinted glasses. Yeah, I think Fight Night Champion is a good boxing game. When it was an incredibly arcadey boxing game, footwork doesn't even exist in that game, and it's one button to block everything. So no, that is very arcadey. That's literally how it is in like Street Fighter, right? But in this, footwork exists, all this stuff exists. Is it like beta 1 was and beta 2 with the radius being so wide? No. That's something I think those games had better than this one, yes. But everything else, and the number one complaint was punches, I think they got punches in an incredibly good state. I think is movement options that they need to add so that the stiffness can completely go away. It's not the punches. It's the ability to get in. It's the ability to move your head and throw punches. It's the ability to find little ways to get in that's much more, that's not so overly committal and you just like tight and sharp. Little things like that, changing the weave animation to something with more wider range of motion and leaning back like this as opposed to leaning back like this. Those are the things that I think would make the game not feel stiff. It's not the punches, but a lot of y'all don't even know what, y'all just feel it a certain way, and y'all don't even know exactly why y'all feel it that way. This is the reasons. This is the reason. Man, the game is so sharp. Look at the jab. Look at that bang. Everything seemed like he's popping them mad hard, and this is heavy. This is not even like we're using people that are in a lower division so that they throw fast. I purposely even pick people that's going to throw slower. These are people that's going to throw slower just by design of the division that they're in, yet it's still a level of fluidity that look at that. Look how it goes right through the like how it punched them through there. Look how sharp that jab is. Look how straight, like how hard he hit him to the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like look how snappy them jabs are. So for y'all to look at this and be like, oh, this, it was not better than this. Like, and these are welterweights, guys. These are welterweights. Or this.
Made a miss right there.
Or this.
I'm struggling.
Is silly. It's silly.
Try to hit him with a power shot.
It's silly, guys. It's silly. Now, that's my opinion, right? Yeah, but I wanted to at least show you. I wanted to show it to you because, yeah, it's easy to think back and just remember a beta that you played for 3 days and how much fun you had and then distort that into being like that was where the game was good. The game is the best it's ever been right now. In my opinion, the game is the best it's ever been in terms of what we could play. I know the March trailer looked fire and all that stuff, but nobody played that. I didn't play that. No one played that. So what I told y'all what I played, even when y'all couldn't play the game yet. What I played was this. That's what I played, right? And I think that this was better than that. And I think that this and this was somewhat in the same area. It was just the only difference is we could use Roy Jones, and Roy Jones had different animations. That was it. He had different animations from Gotti and Mickey Ward. That was it. So that's what made this maybe feel a little bit different for people. If you were a back foot fighter, you kind of like Roy Jones because he had that whole Philly shell stuff going on, right? I don't think this is a little bit better than these, a little bit, but this is a lot better. This is a lot better than that. Look at that. And these are, look at that. And these are heavyweights, especially with the punch track and everything. You could dodge. You couldn't really dodge in the other one. You couldn't. Granted, this was a patch that came in or update that came in recently to help the head movement, all that stuff. Not too long ago. It didn't launch this way, but you could dodge. All right, man. That's my 2 cents, guys. I just wanted to get on here, kind of break this down, talk about it real quick, because I feel like a lot of y'all was capping, or a lot of y'all be capping when it comes to the punches. I literally just showed y'all. Y'all still gonna go in the comment section and be like, nah, this, and that, and I put proof up here. Like, I put proof up here for you guys, and y'all still gonna probably find a way, because when y'all part of a cult-like mentality or whatever, y'all don't, there is no grace, or not grace, but like realistic stuff. It's just go as hard as you can to try to say that this was better, and don't bend, don't actually have nuance, don't actually look at it and be subjective, and be objective about it. Don't actually look at it and don't be able to say this is a better version than it ever was before, but also in these improvements, because that's giving them too much. Just say that is the worst that has ever been ever. Like, y'all not gonna really, that don't really help the game. Because what you could do is dangerously make people like Undisputed think that they need to start implementing stuff that we just saw that's way more trash compared to what we have. When that gets put in, y'all just gonna say, oh no, this is look how trash it is. And it's gonna be like, y'all didn't even care that y'all psyop them almost to put the stuff from that's old to the new stuff, right? So this is the best the game has been. And it still needs improvements. Both of those things can be true at the same time, guys. All right. Anyways, until the next one, let me know what you think. I still want to hear your opinions. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Did this show you anything? Does this open your mind to what I be saying? Y'all think that I'm just fronting when I'm talking about this stuff? Keep in mind, guys, I played this game for very long. I played this game for almost a year, some change, before the general public had the game. And I would play the game every day, testing the game, doing all these things every single day. I knew what I was seeing. I understood what was in front of me. And I saw the roadmap for how it was going to continuously get better, right? So, anyways, that's my 2 cents. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.